Hello everybody and welcome to Fibro section. Bling 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 bling. And this week is going to be, funny enough, about the coronavirus. I just thought, as it's obviously evident that now, as from last night, the country is in lockdown. You can only go out to the shop, or if you're a key worker and you need to get to work, or you can have one exercise walk in your local area a day. So, right, I thought I'm going to jump on here and do a fibro section on how it's affecting us spoonies, because it is affecting everybody, I know that, but obviously my expertise, if you like, is in chronic illness, so that's where I am picking up on. But a lot of what I'm going to say today applies to everybody, really. So yeah, as I say, country's on lockdown, Mark's not at work, he's at home for the foreseeable future with no pay, so you've got money worries as well. There's a lot of stress that's going with it. But I don't know about you, but it's ramped up my fatigue and my pain and everything. All my symptoms have been ramped up. But it's going to, because it's stress. And as we all know, stress really does affect chronic illness. So what I want to talk about today is a bit about how it's affecting us and how we can help. Again, I'm reading from my book because I've done a lot of research on this. So you're going to have to excuse me from reading. It's going to be like, if I hold it there, it'll be like my auto cue, okay? I will branch off from it though. I'm not just going to read from my book. You know me. Can't just read out. So, patients with underlying medical conditions such as a chronic illness are most at risk from the virus, the same as elderly and people with another medical condition, so like a heart condition, asthma, diabetes. They're all people that are at risk. Now this what I found out, it sort of shocked me, because I didn't realise that people with a chronic illness were at risk, because I know chronic illness is not classed as an autoimmune disease. You may have something else alongside it that is autoimmune, but fibromyalgia is not classed as an autoimmune, so I didn't think we were at risk. But then when I researched all of this, and it says we are as vulnerable as the elderly, and I didn't realise that. So that was interesting. It sort of panicked me a bit more, so I don't know if it really helped me to find that information out. But anyway, it has, because I probably would have gone to the shop with Mark or someone else, and now I'm not. I'm staying at home, so that has helped me, that information. What can we do to minimise that risk? So, we've heard it all on the news. We know about the fact that we've got to self-isolate. We don't know how long for, so we're waiting to be told when we can go out again. We're spoonies. We're good at self-isolating. That's what we do. Well, not all of us. Some of us do actually go to work, but the majority of us, we know how to self-isolate. So we're good at it. It's our time to shine. It's our time to shine. I'm going to put that. It's our time to shine. So, again, hand washing. Everyone goes on about it, but I wash my hands now and they're so sore I have to keep putting hand cream on. It's even if you get post through the letterbox, because the virus can stay on like cardboard and surfaces. So I open my post and then I wash my hands, and the same as if I've been shopping. When I've put all my shopping away, I wash my hands, because it could have been on the shopping, because someone could have picked it up in the supermarket and then put it back on, and they've put the virus on there, and you don't know how quick then you've bought that, because it depends how long it lives on there. So it's better to be safe than sorry, isn't it? So ask someone to get your shopping for you if you can, or order online where possible as well. So I always usually order my food shopping online because I can't go shopping. As you will see in next week's weekly, I had a complete meltdown after going food shopping with Holly because it did me in. So I always order online. I went to order online and there were no spaces for the next 3 weeks. So I had to go with Holly, which, like I say, was one of the hardest things I've had to do, and it messed me up for days. So if you can, get someone else to go for you. Like, I'm lucky to have Mark and the girls. So Mark and Holly, I think, are going this week together. Holly's been brilliant going out because she can drive, so she's been getting food bits that I've needed. But if you can't do that, then maybe you could ask a neighbour if they are able to get out and get you some food bits. If you have to go out, then people say about these masks, right, there's for and against the masks, because people say if you've got a mask on, sometimes that bacteria can still get through the mask if they're not the right ones, so you have to have the proper ones. But also, if the bacteria is on the mask and you put your hand on to take it off, then you've got the germs on your hand. And then if you haven't washed them before, so, and they're also saying that the virus can get in through your eyes as well. So if someone coughs, the virus can get in through your eyes or up your nose. Well, if you've got a mask on, but yeah. So unless you're wearing a full protective headgear, I don't think masks are really going to do a lot. And also gloves, disposable gloves. I've talked to the girls about this and said I don't know if I was going to go, not that I'm going out now, but if I was going to go out, whether to wear disposable gloves. And they said, but you just wash your hands afterwards. I said, yeah, but I just feel maybe I'd be a bit more protected with disposable gloves, because you take them off and then wash your hands, and I don't know. So there's ways if you have to go out to protect yourself, but definitely don't touch your face and wash your hands. Have a balanced diet as well. So our immune system, I didn't know this, our immune system is connected to the digestive tract. I never knew that. So it's not feeling trapped, isolated and depressed and eating all the crap in the house, which is what I want to do right now. It's still keeping your balanced diet going. It's really important because your immune system needs to be good. It really does. And if you take vitamins, carry on taking your vitamins. Focus on looking after yourself. I mean, again, as spoonies, we're pretty good at doing that most of the time. So carry on doing it. Look after yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to your body. What does your body need? Sleep. If you can't sleep during the night, have a sleep during the day. Just try and get enough sleep for your body. I know it's harder said than done. I'm lucky at the moment. My sleep's pretty good, albeit I have nightmares every night. But I do sleep well. And I take 2 Melissa Dreams and my nortriptyline before I go to bed, like about an hour before I go to bed. And I usually sleep through. So I am very lucky in that respect. Unless I'm having painsomnia, then that wakes me up, but not very often. Keep your mental health in check as well. Definitely keep your mental health in check, because it's going to be tough. Even though we're used to being in our homes and isolated, it's knowing what's going on in the outside world that stresses me out. Okay, so if you need a doctor's advice or appointment to do with one of your medical conditions, then maybe phone up your GPs and ask them for a doctor's phone call appointment. See if they do that. I was supposed to have a GP appointment when this all started, and I cancelled it straight away, and they didn't even want to know why. They just said, okay, fine. I didn't want to risk going to the GP surgery and picking anything up, and I'm really glad I did that. But I do at some point need to have my meds and fibro check and everything sorted out. But at the moment, it's not an emergency. But if you've got something that is an emergency you need to deal with, give them a ring and see if they do a telephone appointment. You can go online to check symptoms as well. So last week I got a bit stressed out because I got a sore throat, and I'm thinking one of the symptoms is a sore throat, and I thought, oh no, I know I haven't been out, but obviously Mark and the girls have been out. They could be carrying something and giving it to me, and I started panicking. But then I was like, right, be realistic, Nicola, don't panic. It's probably just a sore throat. It's probably not the virus. And I didn't have a temperature, which is the other thing. Temperature and the cough, isn't it? They're the main two things. And the body aches. Body aches all the time anyway. So that wouldn't be a symptom for me. But, you know, I think it's just not to panic is the best advice I can give. Now, also, I've got written down here, try to order your medication in advance, because it's taking longer, because now everybody has suddenly signed up for pharmacy to you so that they don't have to go and pick up their medication. Well, I've done pharmacy to you for about a year now, which is brilliant, and I ordered tablets and they're still not here, and that's my anti-sickness tablets, and I ran out 4 days ago, and luckily Poppy had some anti-sickness tablets for her sickness, so I have been taking them instead. So I've got something, but I don't know when they're going to arrive. So obviously order your medication way in advance, okay? Like I said about, we're good at self-isolating, but to do it and know what's going on can affect our mental health. So we need contact with other people, even if it's a phone call or FaceTime a friend or loved ones. It's so important to still have that contact. Like I say, I'm very lucky that I've got Mark and the girls here. May feel like I'm lucky for a while, maybe after a few weeks, maybe not so. But no, I am very lucky to have them and that contact. But I FaceTimed Angela, as you, or those of you that watch my vlogs, Angela's section. So I FaceTimed Angela. She's still going to work. She's a key worker. I've FaceTimed my in-laws. I've spoken to my mum, and I will probably speak to her again today. So it's really important to have that contact. So people who have a chronic illness are already more vulnerable to anxiety and depression, partly due to the pain we suffer. So that's why it's really important to talk to people. It's really important to communicate our anxiety and our fears across and not just keep it all inside. I even write it down. It's really important to realise that you're not alone in this. There's millions of people in the same position as you. So maybe not with chronic pain, but there's millions of people that are self-isolating and that feel all the feels that you're feeling. So social media can be a godsend at this time to talk to people about how you're feeling or your anxieties, and it also helps you stay connected to the outside world, but it can also have a negative effect. So if you're reading too much about it, like if news flashes pop up here, there, or people are making up stories left, right and centre about, oh, Bert down the road had it and he's dead now, it can make your anxieties a lot worse. So it's good to stay in touch with people and communicate and express your feelings, but try not to get sucked into that negativity. So get to know your neighbours, if you've got neighbours, by talking over the fence if you're in a house or a bungalow like me. If you're in a flat or apartment, that's a bit tricky. I suppose you could stand door to door, like as long as you've got a big enough gap in between, and talk to each other. Or you could write a note just saying that you're thinking of them and pop it through the door. Holly and I made keychains for everyone in our street, and we wrote a little poem on the envelope just saying that we were there for them and we hope this brings a smile. And we popped one through each neighbour's door and we got 2 thank you notes back, so that was really nice. But I just hope that cheered people up. So doing little things like that really helps. It brings the community together as well, I think. If you attend religious services but need to avoid them, ask if it can be put online for you to do at home. So, you know, you can then still attend your religious service, but it will be online at home. So chronic illness has its usual ebb and flow of loneliness, and it's normal, absolutely normal, to feel isolated and down. Remind yourself, like I say, that millions of people are in the same position. And even if you feel alone, know that you're in this with a lot of people who want the same things for themselves and others. So that it makes me feel, I sit here sometimes and think, everyone's like in their, well, majority of people are in their homes apart from key workers, and that we're all feeling the same feels and we're all going through the same thing. So it's just, as spoonies, obviously it affects our pain and our fatigue and everything else. So it's really important to try and stay focused and remember that. One way to monitor your feelings is to take a few deep cleansing breaths, like, and just allow yourself to be present in your body. Like, shut your eyes, breathe, do it with me now. Breathe through our nose and out through our mouth. Okay, ready? And you can do that as many times as you want, and just sit with your eyes shut and just feel what's in your body. Feel any sensations. Just check in with yourself. Really important. I already feel calmer. I don't know about you. I feel a lot calmer now. Acknowledge this is an anxious time and let those feelings wash through you. That's fine. It's going to be an anxious time. So, lastly, I'm going to leave you with a few ideas of what you can do. Now, like I say, we're spoonies. Most of us are good at self-isolating, so most of us know how to entertain our time during the day. But if you're after some ideas of what to do because you can't go out at all now, here we go. Colour-in books. I love colour-in books. I love them. I'm going to get mine out and start doing them again. And they're so good for your mental health, colouring in. Knitting. I tried to knit when I was younger, but it's not something that appeals to me now, but it might appeal to you. Write a blog. You could start writing your own blog online or in a journal. Watch films and Netflix, we're good at that. Follow a gentle exercise routine on YouTube or chair workout. There are so many. I have tried so many. At the moment, every morning I've been doing a 7-minute workout because I can't go to yoga, and I can't really just start working out in the lounge because everyone's here. So I do a 7-minute workout in the morning before I have a shower, and stretching and things like that. And sometimes I'll try and walk Evie as well. Learn a new language. I don't like learning languages, but if language is something that you like to learn, go knock yourself out. Paint a picture or paint a room. I know it's hard for us spoonies to do painting rooms, but you could start by doing something and do a little bit each day, I guess. Meditate, like we just did with the breathing. Dance around your room. Oh, by the way, with meditation, Headspace is a really good one, and that's free. It's a free app, and that's the one I use because you can do like a 3-minute meditation. It doesn't take long. Dance around your room, of course, if you've got the spoons. Go in the garden. Now, I think this is a really important one. I've been in my garden every day so far because it's so sunny and nice out there, and me and Poppy love being in the garden. So yeah, definitely get outside. And I've already said about keeping a journal. Keeping a journal is really good. I keep a journal every single night. That's not just through the virus. It's all the time. I keep a journal, and I just think it's really interesting to look back on and to get your feelings out, you know. You could write a script for a play or a musical or something. Why not? Give it a go. Or start writing a book. My friend suggested that I started to write a book on Fibro, my story of Fibro and ME, but I said I had thought about it, but I think a lot of people have done it, so I don't know if it's something that people would be interested in. I'm not sure. I don't know. Something that's a possibility, but I still haven't started writing my books yet about the squirrels and fairies that I've wanted to do forever. So maybe now's the time to start that. Teach yourself a new skill. Open University has some online courses you might want to try. Keep a nature diary. I really fancy doing this. I don't think we're going to get that much nature in our garden. Like, we might get a few birds, but we can't feed the birds because the dog eats the seeds and then it makes her ill. So we don't get an awful lot of nature in our garden, but if you do, keep a nature diary on it. And apparently Disney Plus has started today, so we're going to look into that because apparently we haven't got it. I don't know how much it costs to get it, but if you like Disney, that might be something. And watching YouTube Disney vlogs is my favourite thing to do. Binge watch your favourite series. We're good at that. But remember to move in between, because if you sit for any length of time, just get up and make a cup of tea or just stretch. Do something, but don't sit for too long. So have a goal each day that you want to achieve, even if it's just putting some washing on. Like, a small goal is fine. But I've said this to the girls. I said, I want them to get up by a certain time each day. I'm not setting that rule. That's up to them. They're old enough to say what time they're getting up. But I don't want them in bed till lunchtime. I want them to make the most of every single day. And 2 is to set a goal, so something that they want to achieve every day. And I just think that's really important for their mental health and for ours. And remember, this won't last forever. Okay? We will get through it. We'll get through it together. I am always here. So you can either try and chat to me in the comments under this. You can come, I'm going to put now on screen my Facebook, my Instagram and my Twitter. Come and join me over there. In the description are the links to my Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and chat to me. I'm on all 3 platforms daily, so I post lots of things, different things, positive things, but yeah, come and talk to me over there, or private message me if you don't want the whole world to see it. I'm fine with that. I'm here for you, and I hope you would be there for me, and I'm sure you would be. So we will get through it. Remember to breathe, remember to keep moving, remember to have your goals, and remember to have fun while you're at home, and try not to let the whole thing swallow you up, is my advice. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell. And I will see you all on Saturday for the weekly. Bye.